When you are not in the place that you are supposed to be, no matter what, you will never be happy. You will never seek peace from it because your soul does not resonate. I saw the signs. You know those signs. You know those signs when it's nearing to the point where, yeah, you gotta go. It's time for you chop. It's time for you to get the fuck out. I was led to believe that the things that I wanted to do that was really centered into my heart just wasn't enough to support my well-being when I get older. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? I hope that wherever you guys are in the world, you are doing well, that this transition in season is giving you all the clarity that you need. I know it's been giving me a lot of clarity. I have been on a bit of a hiatus, a bit of a break from YouTube. What has been like a month. Just getting organized, getting more structured in my day-to-day. And that is something that we are definitely going to be jumping into on this heart-to-heart space that we're having today. I am so stoked because this is a topic. I spoke about it a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. I've talked about my experiences with corporate America, with my career itself, but I never went too much into details, and I feel called to do that now. I remember working out in the gym, and I usually get downloads in the gym, so I was working out, and all I heard was the day that you decided that you're not, corporate America is not for you. The day that you decided that corporate was not for you. And I was like, huh? And I knew what it was. I wanted to act like I didn't, but I knew what it was. I knew it was a video concept to share with you guys. I usually go based off of that. Sometimes I plan, but most times it's inspired action because I want to make sure what I'm bringing to this platform is straight from the heart, is authentic, it's me, and yeah, you're gonna get what you see, you know. So we're gonna get right into it. I just want to say thank you to the new subscribers, old subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's joining me on this journey. It hasn't been an easeful one. If you've been tuning into my series, the Projector series, you could see the transition. You could kind of get an idea of just the process it has been for me to adjust. Whether it is moving into my mom's house and leaving my apartment, many highlights regarding that and how I felt, the experience of that. And I just want to thank you guys for rocking with me. Also, if you guys are projectors and you are on Instagram, I have a projector support group on my Instagram. Come show some love. DM me if you want to be added as a collaborator because I really want to be more interactive. I could hold myself accountable and say I haven't been on as much, but your girl's been busy, and if you're a projector, you know, we get but so much energy, so bear with me. I'm always making sure I check in at least once a month to share some insights or any kind of screenshots that I come across. Anything that's beneficial to the group, you know, so yeah, hit me up. It's my page is Shandy Love. I also have a Astro Wellness check-in group where I just jot some of my insights with astrology because I love astrology and I love looking at the stars and observing it and just sharing my personal, my perspective on what's happening. So tune into that as well if you're into that. So the whole idea of this video is I want to explain to you guys today the experience I've been having leading up to the day that I knew corporate America just wasn't for me. This is no way to inspire or influence anybody to quit their 9-to-5. If you love what you do and 9-to-5 is working for you, please, by all means, stay where you at. I mean, or pivot to another 9-to-5. I'm just sharing my experience because it's very personal. It's something that I've seen happen over and over again. And I do feel like if anybody relates to me with their journey working in corporate America, I'm pretty sure this will be helpful for them. So I've always knew that I was into the arts. I've always knew since I was able to understand and identify a paper and pen. I just knew. And my first medium was writing and illustrating. I love to write. I like always loved writing, reading, telling stories, even through the use of my dolls, creating scenarios for them. And I'm talking about way back from like 6 or something. I remember my dad had like a typewriter, and I would pretend that I was typing up, like I would just type up just random words. I was just pretending that I was typing something important, and I just loved the feel of it. And I just remember taking construction papers and creating booklets out of the construction papers with staples and just making my own book. I'm a 2 times published author, self-published author, and working on my 3rd. So I'm just sharing where this all traces from and how we got here, okay? And other than being a creative, I was also into astrology, the zodiacs, the stars, I was just very curious about what was up there, and it never left. So these are things that never left. Now, throughout my life, I have kind of like went off path a bit, believing that I needed plan Bs, because for some reason, I know the reason, I don't know why I said some reason, I was led to believe that the things that I wanted to do that was really centered into my heart just wasn't enough to support my well-being when I get older. So I've been planning my way into adulthood for a very long time. And looking back, I could say how unhappy I was, because I was just, at the end of the day, I was doing something that I didn't resonate with. I wasn't enjoying. I still wasn't making as much money as I wanted to. So it was just like, what's the point, right? But I was also in survival mode, also in this belief and knowing that this was the way to go, even though my heart was saying and pulling on me like, no. I let my mind take the lead, you know? And if you are familiar with human design, what's one of the things that they say with human design, we definitely shouldn't allow our mind to lead us. You know, it's all centered here. So it took a lot of undoing, unlearning, deprogramming to be in a space where I could trust my inner guidance and use it as a compass to even know where to go. Even in the cases where there are a bit of uncertainty, I feel like today, at least I have this awareness that regardless if I don't know what the next steps is, as long as I'm following my heart, I know I'll be fine. And that these are things that I will tell myself. These are things that started to happen, started to actually reveal itself to me that it is true. So going back now to like growing up and thinking I had to work in corporate. Like, I remember, although I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to do film, I wanted to help people with astrology, learn astrology and stuff like that. One of my other goals was to, for some reason, work in an office. And I don't know why. I think, all right, I'm gonna correct myself. I believe that I had this notion that working in the office, studious, 9 to 5, was my way of being in the big girl league. Like, I was doing something adultish, and that was important, and it looked important, and maybe this will take me where I need to go. So maybe as I have this structured foundation, I could then focus on the things I actually do enjoy, which is like create film and write and learn more about these are my thoughts. But there is something that no matter what, like I would get these opportunities, right? I remember my first office job, right? I had a variety of jobs. I was a 911 call taker at one point. I was a teacher's assistant. I was working with kids. I did a lot. I was working as an assistant for a law firm. I I crossed a different kind of like I'm really, because my profile is a 3-5. I'm really a fucking 3. Like, really, I've been hip hopping, just, I'm all over, okay? And one thing that was consistently coming up was, even though I would start off excited about the fact that I have a job, excited about the fact that I'm creating, I'm receiving consistent income. It will reach a point where I would get burnt out. It would reach a point where I would feel like, for some reason, this is not enough. That will show, because I can't hide the way I feel for shit. It will show, and then all of a sudden, me and my boss or the managers will be going at it, and it will get personal. I mean, I got a few stories to share today, and I'm going to tell y'all how personal it got. I won't be sharing no names because I don't really give a fuck anymore. But just to show y'all how it really got, I'm going to show you share some stories with you. But it got there, you know, and I've always wondered why. Why would it? I come there to make my money and go. Why does it need to always get personal? Why is people getting emotional with me? You know, and I come to believe that when you are, because that was the false reality for me. The false reality was this is where I need to be so I could get to where I want to be. And what I come to realize is that when you are not in the place that you are supposed to be, no matter what, you will never be happy. You will never seek peace from it because your soul does not resonate. And things will just start happening to show you like, hey, this is not, like, you need to exit. And there were times when I would let it get to that point. There were times that I would let it get to that point where it's just, the damage has been done. Sometimes even physically, right? And I would end up having to recover from a harsh burnout because I stayed somewhere that I wasn't supposed to stay for too long, all because I didn't want to be the one to quit. I don't like the idea of quitting, even if it hurts. I don't like it. I'd rather not quit. That was a burden on me. Also the notion I cared too much. I cared a bit too much about what people thought of me. I cared too much about the fact that people would be like, again, you left this job again. You never, like, damn, Shandy never, like, damn, Shandy could never keep a job. Like, I didn't want to hear that. So sometimes I would stay places, even knowing that I was tired, knowing that I didn't resonate with it anymore, out of survival mode and safety, feeling like, oh, it sucks here, but at least I have a job, you know, or feeling like maybe I definitely had a lack mindset, feeling like I wouldn't be able to find something similar, because like some of these jobs, like my last one, it really did provide a lot of flexibility for me, and it helped me maintain my personal space, my humble abode. And but even that, I would come home to my safe haven and still didn't feel safe because I was working somewhere that just was taking so much from me energetically, that even when I'm home, I'm just like this. I didn't feel the need. I couldn't relax. I didn't feel like I was able to breathe properly because it was on my shoulders that at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go back to this place and deal with these people. So if you could relate, if you have found yourself in this space, I feel you, I see you, and I pray and hope that you find your way out before it's too late, before you feel like you're stuck to the point where you disable yourself, because you are never stuck. You are never stuck. And at the end of this video, I'm pretty sure I'll inspire you, and I'm pretty sure I'll give you a few reasons why. I'm pretty sure my perspective will give you some kind of like peace to know, right? And at the end of this video, I'm pretty sure that my story will help relieve some fear, just to remind you that sometimes it will feel impossible. Sometimes it will feel like you just want to have a control over things, and just things are not working. Things are just not clearing up for you, no matter how much you try. The answers are not coming. I pray that by the end of this video, you will be like, okay, yeah. So let's talk about the day that before I even go there, I'm going to share a few things that I experienced working in corporate America. I had hands being put on me. I'm not even going to share who and what and where. I had hands being put on me. I had people threatening me. I've been emotionally abused. And looking back, I asked myself, like, why did I stay? Why wasn't that the last straw? And it was definitely survival. Survival mode will have you in places surrounded by people that you don't need to be around. It will have you locked in with the devil, okay? Survival mode. It will have you locked in with everything that does not resonate with you. And sometimes it will cause you your death. It will cause you illnesses. It will cause you to lose a lot more time, to waste a lot more time, and lose a lot of money. That's what survival mode would do for you. And it definitely did that for me. I guess I would say my most recent experience in corporate, right? There are two occurrences that happened that made me say, yo, God is really trying to tell me something. I just remember the same kind of thing, same kind of pattern. I was so excited about this job, so happy. So like, oh my God, this is it. Yeah, when I tell y'all, I was just boasting about this job, like, oh, I love it. It's like a family here. Everybody's so community-based. I was making some good money. I had got a raise, a $5,000 bonus. I was really kicking it, okay? Plus I was living in this nice apartment, so I was just like, life was good until it wasn't. Until I realized my heart, no matter how much things were happening good at that place, my heart was yearning for another experience, and I was neglecting it because of convenience, because where I was good enough. And although, not even gonna lie, because I will never let go of my dreams. I will never. I think I've proved that enough. Like, I will never turn my back on my dreams. Never. So I was working on my goals, like working on my own career while I was working there. So I'm not gonna lie, I was having like a rough time balancing. I was having a rough time handling my business and also showing up for the job. And I want to say because I'm not even going to even say specifically who, because I feel like it was more so a team of them, as like the manager, the COO, motherfucking CFOs, like whatever. Them motherfuckers, they wasn't making it easier for me, because it went from, oh, this is a family, to I don't like your energy anymore, because I could see you don't want to be here, and I don't like your energy anymore, and I'm going to make it so uncomfortable for you. And like to the point where it was like almost intentionally, like I was just being like, there was a lot of complaints. There was a lot of, it was the energy, the tension was so thick. It was so strong at one point that I was just like, what is the deal? The way they would talk to me. Now, I don't take that too easily because I always believe that there's a way that you could deliver your message. And I know for a fact that some people, not even some, people are choosing to speak to certain people the way that they're speaking to them. Because I've seen people talk to somebody one way and then immediately change their tone and deliver them a similar message to somebody else. It's intentional. You don't have to deliver a message, like even if it's criticism, even if you're critiquing my work, you don't have to say it in a way that's going to tear me apart and break me down, you know? So at some point I was just like, oh, I saw the signs. You know those signs. You know those signs when it's nearing to the point where, yeah, you gotta go. It's time for you chop. It's time for you to get the fuck out. I saw those signs and I started applying for jobs, of course, because at the time my business was just not it. I was working on the foundation still, and I wasn't ready to go all head in because I knew like there were certain things in the back end that I had to take care of. So I did feel vulnerable. I did feel like my back is against the wall, especially because I also wanted to keep my apartment. But it got to a point, no job was calling me for an interview. And it was really beginning to fuck with me. It was fucking with me to the point where one day I was on my way to work and I knew I didn't want to go. I felt it in the morning when I woke up. Like I just didn't want to go. And I had made it a habit of, you know, when you just decide like, oh, you're just gonna take a sick time even though you're not sick. You just like your mental health day is qualified enough for you to take a sick time. I was doing that a lot. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go. I got on the train and immediately blacked out. I never blacked out a day in my life. I fainted. Like, and it lasted for like a good 5 seconds. I just remember feeling hot. I was on the train. I was feeling hot. My body felt weird. And I just remember like seeing black. And by the time my eyes opened, I was on the floor and people were holding on to me and they were like, are you okay? And I was I was like so distraught because mind you, I never experienced this before. I was like, I ran off the train and they were probably looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with her? But I freaked out because what the hell is happening? I thought I was about to die. So I ran off the train and I just remember just telling them what happened and they gave me the day off. They did offer me. One thing about that job, they did take care of me. They took care of me in other ways that kind of made up for the bullshit they was doing. They were, you know, that kind of made up for their bullshit. But that day was just like the preview of like, if you do not leave, you're going to be sorry. So it took one incident to happen. And that was the last straw for me. So my position at the job was to make sure, like, because I was the assistant at this place as well. So making sure everything's up to par, doing the receptionist job, the task, doing daily cleaning. And usually, since we didn't work on Fridays, on Thursday, my job is to take out anything that's in the fridge, because you leave anything in the fridge over the weekend, it's bound to get spoiled or something. So I did my usual Thursday duties, throwing the things out the fridge. And one of the workers they don't usually be there on Thursday. They're not usually there on Thursdays. All of a sudden they want to show up on Thursdays. And they're also a part of the higher ups. They also don't usually eat leftovers. So my mind is not really thinking about them when I'm throwing things out. So I'm throwing everything out the fridge, doing what I'm supposed to do. And You know, I did my duties. Although I know at this point I'm over this job, I'm still doing what I came here to do because that's just who I am. I'm gonna do my part regardless until I get the fuck out. So I'm chilling at the desk, completing the day. She comes over with whatever I threw out in the garbage that apparently was hers. It didn't have any note or anything on it. Didn't have no label. She took it out the garbage because she literally walked over to my desk with the sandwich that was in the garbage and said, "Did you throw this out?" And I said, "Yes." Then she had like a whole fit because it was hers. I'm like, there's nothing on it. I've even asked everybody if they needed anything out the fridge. I usually do that before I throw things out. But with her, she's known to never even eat leftovers. So if I kind of had like nothing, usually I'm a splenic authority. My splenic will tell me like, sis, you know, it will give me some kind of like nudge to do something. And I usually be on point. I ain't feel no, that's how I know it was God. I knew it was God. I knew, I knew that was it. Because once she did that, to me, I felt like if I was to step back foot in your office, I don't respect myself and I don't love myself. That means I'm choosing money over my integrity. I'm choosing money over my mental health. I'm choosing money over my well-being. No, that was the last straw for me. You would have thought me blacking out was the last straw. That was the last straw. When I tell you, I never returned back to the office after that day. I never went back. I think the last time, yeah, actually, I'm lying. I went back to give my computer and stuff away. But never returned again because at that point, all bets was off. And I felt like if I had stayed and something was building up, there was no telling what the hell would have happened. I'm just going to leave it like that. There's no telling because at that point, in the midst of me building my career, in the midst of me reflecting and looking back at the things that I experienced in my upbringing, like at that point, reflecting on the timeline of my career and seeing the amount of things I've been through, somebody would have to pay for all this fucking shit. Like, it would have been like, y'all gonna feel my wrath. So I said to myself, the best thing I could do for me, the best thing I could do for them is to not work here anymore. So I left. And I've never been back to corporate America ever since. It's been a year. No, I'm lying. So it's been, my last day at that job was in, if I'm not mistaken, July 2023. And I don't see myself returning. Something else is going to have to work. Because I've seen myself try this route over and over and over again. And it revealed to me over and over again that this does not work. What I'm doing, the process that I am taking to earn money, to survive, is not working. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about it. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it. It's not working. And even in the midst of that, I had to deal with certain people like family. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Family members judging me, making remarks, talking shit about me, calling me lazy because I'm choosing a different route. And these same motherfuckers stayed places that they don't even like themselves and they're not receiving anything to benefit them. So it was like, what is really happening here? You know, but one thing I realized with people is that they will spend time commenting on the things that they would never have the audacity to do. Let you have some audacity. Let you have the audacity to take the big leap, to take a risk, to go after, to try a different route. They as consumers will consume and just talk shit because they can't even consider the idea of doing what you're doing. So I had to eat that, still eating it to this day, but I'd be damn. I'd be so damn if I allow anything or anyone outside of me to coerce me away from where I'm going. After I've tried their way, I've tried their path, and it didn't work. I tried the way everybody said to do it, and it didn't work for me. I'd be damn if I allow somebody to persuade me to go back. I would never. And that was it. That was the day or the time period that I realized that shit is not working for me. I guess I'm just built different, or I just have something is another process. And if I continue to look at one direction and one way of doing things, I will never be able to like see the bigger picture or receive information on what to do next for other things, because I didn't take my step in that direction yet. And that's the thing. Many people, they don't want to jump because they just want their hand held. They want to know what's going to happen next. But my whole thing is, if you know what's going to happen next, that means that your path is somebody else's. Because most of the time, you're going to be the first to do what you're doing, what you are created to do, what your unique outprint in life, what your unique imprint was supposed to do. Most times it doesn't come with no rule book. It doesn't come like you are. What's the word? What's that word? Like you are the pioneer. When you are the pioneer, you're not given any guidelines, you know? Like the North Node is in Aries right now. It's heavy on that. It's like you're gonna have to create your own way and do it in your unique way of doing it, and trust that the guidance will come, trust that the help will come, trust that the answers will come, because there must be a way. And that's what I told Spirit. I told God, I said, I tried it. And this is how I talked. This is how I talk to God. I talk to God like God is a person, knowing that it's omnipresent. I understand its spirit. I understand its energy. But I speak to God like it's my homie. I tried. You saw me try. Now, this is what I want. If this is for me, reveal it to me in ways where there will be a path being cleared for me. Because at this point, that is not it. And I'm sure it is not it. And I'm also ready to stop settling. I'm ready to stop allowing what people say to get in my head and influence me to stray away from my path. I had enough. And ever since, I've been taken care of. Granted, there are some days that I'm like biting my fingernails. What? Cause human shit. We're human. We're gonna do human shit. We're gonna react in human ways. I'm not gonna sit here and say I never like was worried before about when my next pay, when the next money coming in, and how I'm gonna pay this bill and that bill, and you know how there are times I'm in my mother's house and I miss living by myself because I felt like I had more of my space and my privacy, and I didn't have to fucking hear her annoying self sometimes. Like there are times where this human shit gets to me, but I will not trade it, because this is the best. I'm knowing and understanding myself more now than ever before, and I'll take it. I'll take all the annoyance just to make sure I'm staying on the path, because I know it won't always be like this, and I know that at the end of the day, everything I'm doing right now, every sacrifice I've made, it's gonna lead me to the results that I'm looking for. It's gonna lead me to my blessings, to exactly where I need to be, which is fulfillment, total fulfillment, success, happiness, health, abundance, wealth. You know, you have to know it. You have to know it. I made the decision that this was how I'm gonna do it. I'm going to follow my heart, and I'm going to allow it to guide me. I'm going to trust it. I'm going to use my inner compass, my inner guidance to lead me. I'm going to be present enough so I could hear the directions, and be patient enough to not self-sabotage, because I want the results to happen so fast. I want it to happen on my time. I don't want to miss the bigger picture. So I've been taking my time, and y'all, it's been such a journey. I've been learning a lot. I've been having more time to study, which is what I love. I love studying. I love to study. Like, the stuff I'm studying, it's so random these days. The subconscious mind, esoteric knowledge, astrology, of course, human design. I'm also learning more about the body, the human body. I realize I'm really, really interested in learning about that. I love studying humans. I guess we could call it sociology. I love exploring the cosmos. So like, I'm spending more of my time doing the things I love. And I have not been complaining about a bill yet. I haven't. I've always been fed, always been taken care of. And I know that this is just the beginning, because I tried the other way. And I know that this must be the path for me, because I tried the other way. The other way didn't work for me. The other way almost cost me my life. So I feel free here. I feel happier here. I feel lighter here. I feel more confident here. Sure, there are days, I have my days where I'm questioning stuff. But for the most part, my dominant mood is really peace, joy, free. And it all happened because I decided to just stop doing what wasn't working. It wasn't working. So why continue to put myself through misery? All because of what? Because I want it to look good. I want whatever I'm doing to look good. I want whatever I'm doing to make sense to people. What? I want people to talk better about me. They're gonna talk regardless. I'm pretty sure they were still talking shit about me when I was working my 9 to 5. They're gonna talk shit regardless. So if y'all gonna talk shit about me while I'm happy. Talk shit about me while I'm thriving internally. Talk shit about me. What the fuck is that gonna do? That's where I'm at right now. And that is my story, y'all. I'm still building my business, this is a part of my business as well. So me showing up here, talking to you guys, sharing my experience and my truth is a part of the whole bigger picture and my purpose. So thank you for joining me. I hope that everything I shared, it sparked something inside of you some way, somehow. I have so much things that I am looking forward to. I'm actually about to be in the jungle. By the time I post this, I'm already in the jungle, okay? And I'm gonna shoot some highlights of it. I may not vlog the entire trip because that's a lot, and I really want to relax. I want to relax, okay? But I said jungle, I'm going to Costa Rica. Yep, I'll be in Costa Rica. Doing some just being one with nature, doing a lot of reading, journaling, being with loved ones, people that really love me. And I'm gonna share some highlights. And then after that, we're gonna get even deeper. We're gonna get even deeper into our purpose, okay? Because after this break, I already know. Vacations do that to me already. Anytime I go away on a trip, I always come back so inspired to change my whole life. And it usually ends up happening. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely conversation. Please share your insights, share your story if you have experienced something similar to mine, or if you're currently experiencing something similar. Please share your own insights, things that you have learned on your own journey. Where are you now? What changed for you? I would love to hear. And yeah, look out for more content in the near future. See you guys in the next video. Mwah!